They're set to run. 1,000 metres the journey. They stand, we wait for all clear. There it is now, they're off and they're racing. Great start, perfect line away. And Can't Catch This on the full, the first to leave. Ginger Jones bustled out of the gates very quickly. From Costume Party, Glasgow Girl will be nice and handy, settling into stride. Counter Drive, ridden back there with gusto. Most of them are, in fact, because they are flying along. A gap in the field looking great. The stablemate Klondike Kenny, well back at the head of the others, then coming to the turn. Sunny Silk and back with Debit Credit. At the 450, Can't Catch This, really softening up on the full. Ginger Jones inside of the heels there of Can't Catch This, goes up now to tackle the favourite and headed it shortly after. Costume Party about to work around heels. Glasgow Girl will have the last crack at them. At the 200, Ginger Jones in front. From on the outside, Costume Party. Costume Party, Ginger Jones, now Glasgow Girl. She's coming through. Glasgow Girl, Costume Party, Glasgow Girl, Costume Party. They went to it. Nothing in it at all. On the outside, Costume Party, possibly a nose, Glasgow Girl, only a lip in it either way. Ginger Jones might be third in front of On the Full, who got well and truly softened up. Counter Drive then came looking great. Behind those, pulling up next of all, is Sunny Silk. In behind them, Klondike Kenny. Can't Catch This, got gassed. And back there towards the tail end of the field is Debit Credit. We wait for the result. Costume Party on the outside of Glasgow Girl, and they went to it in a willing battle. Pike on the outside, just getting the head of Costume Party down, and it'll get there. Costume Party from Glasgow Girl, Ginger Jones in third placing. So punters off the mark there with On the Full, who got well and truly tested in front. Got no respite. And a Costume Party, Glasgow Girl, the two horses sitting in behind them that enjoyed the very economical runs. Costume Party got the blinkers back on this afternoon as well for the Luke Fernie yard by A-Lot from Princess Hallowell. Bounces back today. Costume Party and scores over Glasgow Girl with another very competitive performance by Regano from Highest Honour, Brad Graham, Victoria Corver, Ginger Jones third in, a Gingerbread Man, Fia and Tina Gelding, Chris and Michael Gangemi, and ridden by Luke Campbell. 7-3-2 for the fave On the Full, back there in fourth place. As we stand by for the last bit of information for the day, a half a head, a length and a half. Those margins in 58.35, 7-3-2 and 4. As we head down now into the yard once again, just to round it all out this afternoon, here's Britt.
Thanks very much, Darren. Have Tom Wolfe after the victory of Costume Party. Tom, where's the boss?
He's over the road at the cricket today, Britt. So, yeah, if he hasn't tucked into a few already, I reckon he probably will now.
Well, you're on duty today. You'd be happy to be able to take home a winner. What were your confidence levels like going into the race with Costume Party?
Yeah, she's had a pretty good preparation, really. She's just been a bit unlucky. You know, she was good first up. She always showed plenty of potential as a two-year-old. So we thought that we knew it was there, but it's good to get her back to the races and return her a winner.
You obviously came into the race watching it. There's a short price favourite in front. Were you happy to see the pressure that was being applied and the speed that they were running up the top?
Yeah, it was good. You know, Pikey put her in the perfect position. She got all the favours, good gates help, and yeah, she was just too good for him in the end.
At what stage of the race were you pretty confident that she'd get over the top?
Well, about the 200 I was pretty confident, but then as we got a bit closer I got a bit less confident, but you know, you take Pikey over anyone in the country and them closer finishes, so it's nice.
Congratulations on the win.
Cheers, Brett.
Tom Wolfe there, stable foreman for the Luke Fernie yard, and Costume Party gets the blinkers back on instead of the winkers today, and perfect ride by William Pike, who would have just been giggling in behind them, watching that speed unfold, and in the end was able to peel it to the outside and run away with it.
Must admit, Brett, at the top of the home straight, I thought she was probably going to win softer than that because she was absolutely bolting. So to Glasgow Girl's credit, she was brave just to poke in behind them, take that run in between the tiring leaders, and was only beaten there very, very narrowly late. But the blinkers went back on Costume Party today, and they certainly had their effect. She got out of the gates cleanly, she travelled up beautifully, and she was too strong for them here and makes it her second win against the older horses this campaign. She returned a winner in a Class 3 first up no trial when when she beat the older horses, and she's done it again here today in a no metro win last year, 1,000. So in between that, she's been to some of the, they've tried her in the feature races. They went to the Placid Arc Prelude over the 1,000 metres, and she wasn't quite at the same level as horses like an All Show or a Baby Paris. But there's a big difference between that on a Saturday and what you meet on a Wednesday. But when you add in an ideal run in transit, it makes them very hard to beat at the back end of it. And William Pike comes back in now after the victory of Costume Party. There, Will, looked as though they were going very nicely and quick for you out in front.
Yeah, I suppose we had a good barrier, and always drawn to get a good run. And her runs I thought have been good. She's been running real good sectionals without actually sort of threatening. So, I don't know, a little bit closer today. She still had to earn it. She had to fight for it. And if I'm perfectly honest, I wasn't sure if I got that one.
And at the top of the home straight, did you think you were maybe going to win a bit softer than that? She certainly looked like she bolted up to them.
Yeah, that's right. I travelled up well. Maybe I went a smidge early. Maybe I exposed her to, I don't know. Yeah, she was doing it easy early, and I don't know if she just floated a bit when she hit the front or not, but she stuck her head out when it counted.
All's well that ends well. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
William Pike wins the last on Costume Party for Luke Fernie. Don't go anywhere on Sky Thoroughbred Central. We have the Western Mail coming up after this, where we will have Jim Taylor to talk through his runner in the Northerly Stakes, as well as we've gone back in the archives and found a few old replays. We'll have a look at this weekend's Group 1 Northerly as well as the Jungle Dawn after this.